Hello there, my name is Sammy, and welcome to the next part in my Scream Theory playthrough of Project Maiden, where I'll be playing the game live, while also providing analysis and commentary as I go. Alright, so, I'm going to keep on going right where I left off, of course. Just played through one of the three major levels in the game, and it looks like if the levels are corresponding to each of these sticky notes, it looks like the intro level was that first sticky note down there, X'd off, I believe, and then I played this level here. Now that's X'd off. Two more to choose from, and then perhaps that final sticky note will be like the one I have to play after I play all three. Anyway, so now it comes down to a choice between these two. And of course, there might actually be some stuff that I want to do over in the town outside here. I'm not sure if there are things to do in there or not. I can actually grab a sword from here. I lost a few of my items from the last playthrough, or in the last playthrough, because I died in a precarious spot and there was no way to recover my stuff. Yeah, that's another way to save. How do you spend your time in a Jin city and not even see a single Jinny? Well, I mean, besides the one you know. Ridiculous. The gods are gone, their children remain. Seek us out when you require rest. Okay, I think I've read most of this stuff. This is a good place to save outside of the normal ways to save. Yeah, I'm not sure if there are other things to do in town. Maybe these are things to discover later on or whatever. For now, I think I can just continue on with the main levels, and then I might figure this stuff out later. Maybe these are just extras that I'd rather stumble upon or figure out outside of like the stream playthrough. I'll just do the main stuff in the stream playthrough, and then if there are any other things to discover later on, I can do that stuff on my own time and my own pacing. And there isn't stuff to, figure out. Right, the mayor's office is still closed. This guy wants us to leave. Just a quick check to see if anything has changed. I think this is worth just making a quick glance to see if doing a level has changed anything, opened any doors that I haven't open any doors that I couldn't get through before. And now I think much still not. Yeah, I'm afraid we're still growing. Wonder if this will change as I play through the game. Make more progress. If only we could get away into the forest. See, these things. There's bound to be a prime mush there, mush. See, these things like kind of suggest or hint at things that I might be able to help with or cause something to change. But I have no idea when I can do this or if it's even possible. Maybe it's misleading me into thinking that I can change this room. Who knows? It's my first playthrough of the game. These are all mysteries to me, and it's what keeps this game interesting and mysterious. I'm not supposed to know everything about it right off the bat. Alright, this is still the classroom here, which is why you need to copy carefully. I know letters are new to many of you, but they care to differentiate dots and lines. Dots and lines are our only bulwark against annihilation. Well, let me text speed. Maybe I want to raise this a little bit. I actually think I lowered it, but no, I think I want to raise it a little bit. Should be fine if it's just a little faster. So class, carefully remember your dots and lines. Start again. And don't stop until the gods are making mountains and trees. Alright. A new thing. So far, as like a quick recap, I've been playing through, I guess, around halfway through the game, considering Typhon Hunter Fortress somewhere in these woods. The Scions have been looking for it for ages. Okay, this is different. They say there's some kind of monster picking them off. Shouldn't be a problem for an immortal hero though. Okay, so I don't know what I did to go into this level. Maybe I accidentally selected one of the sticky notes when I didn't know it. Like, actually maybe button mash or hit them twice. I don't remember actually selecting one of the sticky notes, but I guess I'm in the level now, so I might as well complete it all the way through. Now, keep in mind that I did complete one of the levels already, and I guess that was the... Seems to me, now that I've gotten my way through, at least halfway through the game, now I understand this a little bit better. Seems like each of the 3 levels that you can select on the bulletin board are focused around one specific power, so that stage knows that you will have that power to be able to complete it. So the entire thing is designed around that specific power, right? And I guess that's how it makes sense from a design standpoint. In a game where you are losing your powers, at least that specific stage knows that you will have that one power, and then say you were doing that stage last, in that case, everything that you'll need for that stage will just be that one power, that one specific power, and everything else can, Chapter 5, Bitter Roots. Yeah, I guess I did select one level without really noticing it, Chapter 5. Alright, here we go. So I'm doing this level now, I didn't mean to select it. It looks like this one is going to be focused around the shooting power, the fireball type of power. I'm not sure if I'm using that, if that's the right term for this power. Anyway, each level has to be, because you can choose them in any order, each level has to be designed so that, assuming that you will have only that one power left to complete it. So, in essence, that level has to be designed around that one specific power. So, in the case of the first level that I chose, that was the stone jump power. These other ones will be the fireball, and then the other one, the last one, I guess, will be the stone skin one. Alright, gotta figure this one out. Maybe I just do that. Oh, I guess I missed it. There we go, got it. Shot it before I got on the ledge. So to be focused on platforming while also using the fireballs to try and manage your way around. Just have to clear out the path and then get through. Seems like that's the way to go. Notice how I guess all this is wood, so I'm not entirely sure if the stone jump power would work here anyway, so alright, here we go. I guess we got some combat going. Possibly. Or maybe I can just ignore these guys, I don't know. So what happens if I do ignore these guys? Maybe I don't have to battle them at all, I can just get right past. I know what I should be doing. I shouldn't be falling down, that's what I shouldn't be doing. Yeah, I shouldn't be falling down, I should be staying on there, and then I wanted to use a fireball. But I realized that a little too late. That's okay. Once again, messed up. Though the first time into that area, I guess I lucked out, beginner's luck, and now I can't recreate what I did. All right, guys, jump over here. It's fine. Let me go over there so I can do this. Figured this out, but then I executed on it poorly. So I can clear this way, but now I guess the trick is to, how do I get over there in the first place? There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Oh, okay. I see how this works. I have to only one of these dudes can be stolen at any given time. Let's see. Didn't have a whole lot to experiment with in terms of combat, so even stuff like this I'm learning as I go. Alright, so as I said, starting to figure out how this game works, where I did not understand that stuff before. A lot of the basics, like, okay, each level is going to be specific to a power. That's the only way that it makes sense, assuming that you lose powers along the way, and you're able to choose any of those levels. The level has to know that you're able to complete it, and you can't simply choose. You can't say choose the levels and choose the powers that you give up, because then I guess you could trap yourself to a point where you can no longer complete the level. So the only safe way is for the level itself to determine which power you end up losing. Which I guess makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, it definitely does make a whole lot of sense. And now it's just a matter of, you know, choosing what you want to do, what powers you want to lose first. And I guess that's a little weird in this game, considering you essentially only have one level to get acquainted with how your powers work. That first initial level, that preamble, that prologue level, I guess you could call it, to really get a feel for them and figure out which powers you might like. And I don't know, that's just not a whole lot to get acquainted with them, I guess. I guess that's the problem with this whole freedom of choice thing. So yes, you do have the choice to pick one of those three levels and do them in any order, but if you don't know what's in store for you ahead of time, or if you don't know the full extent of your powers, then it's like, how do you know which one you want to lose first, right? I guess that's the problem. So the choice there is almost an illusion anyway, because yeah, in essence, it almost doesn't matter. At least at first, as you're getting acquainted with the game, any of the three levels are the same. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know the full extent of your powers. You might have some idea of which one you want to lose first. I guess that could determine which one you want to pick. In essence, a level is a level. For the most part, for the uninitiated playing the game, a level is a level, and you can pick any one you want. It's like, you gotta know what to do here. You have to try and aim through this. Somehow, maybe I can't shoot through that. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going about it all wrong. I guess you can't shoot through that, or maybe you can. I'm just, yeah, okay. That's I guess I'm overthinking. So, in theory, on paper, like the choice is decent. And I guess the choice is kind of like that inverse problem, that ironic problem that I mentioned in the previous stream. The choice gets more valuable later as the game goes, and as you gain more knowledge of the game. But the problem there is you have fewer choices because you already chosen one level before. You've already eliminated one level to choose from. So the choices become more valuable as you lose choices, essentially. So after that first level, you have a choice between you have a choice between 2 levels, and by then I think you have an idea of which power you might want to lose first, and you can make an informed decision. That is essentially the last choice, ostensibly the last choice that I had to make in the game, because then there will only be 1 level left to choose from. Alright, here we go. There will only be 1 level left to choose from, and the choice will be gone. So, right, I guess the choice system, the way you can approach the game non-linearly, in both story and in terms of the game, seems good, but I guess it's more valuable. It's not that valuable or helpful to start. It's kind of neat, I guess, but if you don't know what you're making a choice, if you're not making an informed choice, then it doesn't really matter, right? The choice is, in practical terms, an illusion. So, but that doesn't mean that the choice isn't valuable at all. I mean, if you're going to play the game again, then you'll know everything about it, and the choice will be valuable. It's just that first playthrough, when you don't know anything about the game, I guess that's the only time it's not necessarily useful. Oh, whoops. Actually, there we go. Gotta make sure I don't deactivate. Yeah, if I turn anything else to stone, or if I shoot him again, he comes back. So I guess that's how that works. Really interesting. But I can move on. I don't necessarily have to destroy him. Oh, he's been following me the whole time. So where has he been? Like in the background somewhere, I guess. Anyway, I guess that's a interesting thoughts or discovery, I guess. As I'm playing the game, I'm kind of discovering it and discovering my own reactions. And that, hey, choice is neat, but in essence, it doesn't really mean a whole lot to the new player who doesn't really know anything about the game to begin with. It's the same deal with the bulletin board itself. It's like, those sticky notes don't necessarily tell you a whole lot. You kind of have to know enough about the game to start to know what those sticky notes might even mean. And I guess that goes along with my earlier point. Alright, so how am I getting through this? Oh, there's like there's a thing I can shoot there, it seems. Maybe I can angle this up. I don't know if I got it. I did get it, okay. Oh, there's another one. Interesting platforming. There we go. Interesting platforming stuff going on here. Definitely not as challenging as the stone jump one, since that is essentially the stone jump level is based around the jumping and the jumping challenges. This is more about, I guess, multitasking, where you're trying to jump and shoot obstacles out of your way to clear a path so you can jump to the next platform. Let's see how it works. Let's see. What does this entail? So this one looks like I can only get through here if I have the stone skin power, so it's like this is a secret area that's only accessible if I do this before I lose the stone skin. So that's actually a really interesting implication, because there ostensibly might be levels later on where I would need like the stone jump power, which I've already lost, and then I can only get to a certain area with the stone jump power. I haven't seen that stuff yet, but so far I've played them I've played this one in quote-unquote the right order, to the point where I can get to whatever this is. I can get to whatever this is, whatever this area is. Right. So now I have the gun. I can shoot. Okay. So I guess that gives me another option. Maybe, I'm not sure what else. What was that thing on the ground that I found? But the gun is a little bit more obvious. So yeah, that's just an interesting thought. There might be something that I haven't discovered yet that will require the stone jump power, and I can't get to it now because I've already lost that power. So that sort of thing adds a little bit of replay value, I suppose. If I were to play this again, maybe I could experience the game differently. I wouldn't have access to this gun if I would lose the stone skin power to break that wall down. But maybe I will be able to find something else. That's kind of cool, the way the ordering there works. Which I guess makes me being informed about my choices, or which level I should choose, all that more important. And I think maybe, yeah, on paper the choice, the ability to play the levels in any order, it is a really good idea, but perhaps the game could do a little bit more to inform you about your powers and about the levels that you're going to face upcoming, so you can make a better choice of which ones you'd want to do first. Unless that's the whole point about the game. You gotta, maybe the game wants you to make the choice blind, essentially, while you're still learning. And then you just gotta face it. You gotta, you pick that one first. Sorry, maybe you don't like it, or maybe you do. You lucked out, or you got unlucky. But you gotta face it and just keep on going. All right, I'm not entirely sure what this room is all about, but okay, there's figured there might be a red thing here. Red-haired lady, let me out. Thanks, I'm out of here. Okay. I'm assuming that is what this level is about. Come on out, dearie. Let me have a look at you. Being as you've been through an old lady's things, I suppose you think you know all about me. But believe me, dearie, I could really shake things up in my prime. I mean, if you think I won't, hope this doesn't offend you, dearie. You're the spitting image of my husband. Okay. Is that it? Yeah, again, I'm not sure what this is all about, but I guess it's pretty cool. Maybe this will mean something a little bit later, or become clear to me if I ever play the game over again. I'd be able to put these clues together. But right now, this is all coming out of nowhere. I'm not entirely sure I don't know who I just set free and who this old lady is. But I guess we'll find out later. Maybe this is just another choice you can make that'll have implications down the line. I mean, I don't know how big the game is. Again, I'm still fairly early on in the game. I mean, technically I'm about halfway through, but in a very short game. I haven't played the game a whole lot in terms of actual real time. So anything I do, I don't know the implications of it or how big the game is. It's like I've discussed what's like the what I call the discovery phase of a game, where you're still trying to figure out the edges of the game, or how big the game is, the scope of the game, and trying to figure out, you know, what everything does, what everything means. And up until that point, up until you have a good grasp of those edges, the game feels huge and large and mysterious. It feels like it's a lot bigger than it is. And I guess that's like that's a special moment in the game, a special time in the game. It's one of my favorite times before you can get your head fully around the game. That's when it seems like like the game can do anything, or you can go anywhere in the world. But then once you start hitting the edges, that's when a lot of its mystical nature, a lot of its specialness disappears a little bit. Oh boy. Guess I can always just leave. I want to try and sword fight them. Oh boy, okay, they're gonna shoot me. If that's the case, then I want to get my sword back. There we go. Okay. This is a bit unfair if I want to take them on with just my sword. So maybe I don't want to give them the satisfaction. Maybe I just want to. There we go. I can get rid of one of the dudes, and then alright, this, I guess the level resets whenever you do that, but give me another shot. Okay, gotta disable the other dude first. There we go. I kind of want to learn the sword fighting a little bit better. So I kind of want to get this dude with the sword itself. These guys are just too darn good. At least for me right now. I haven't really figured out this whole... I haven't licked the whole sword fighting thing very well. Okay, I got him. I didn't realize I got him. So used to the icon being over my head that there we go. Now I just need to hit him again, right? I don't know why he's not going in for the attack. Aw, man, lost it. Let's go get that sword again. Quickly. There we go. I really want to take this guy out. Straight up in a sword fight, right? That's my goal. Guess I'm a little bit too timid. Also, having a little bit of control issues. Like I'm so overexcited to when I do make the hit, I don't realize I should try and get that second hit into. There we go. Now I guess he's gonna go get another weapon, or just run away. I'm not sure. Okay. Goal of figuring this out with just a sword. I guess it's working just a little bit. Wonder what happened to the other dude. I guess he just ran away. Alright, props on the pretty good sword fighting AI, gotta say. But a lot of the nuance in the sword fighting itself is down to the control, and it's like when you're in the moment, it's hard to keep. It's hard to keep a grasp on your footsteps and your movement. Like you want to keep your for example, if I want to keep up the quick sword fighting, I have to make sure I move back and forth in with the up control stick, the thinking up thoughts, as the trainer said. But if I go too far to the left and right, then I go back to the right. These are up thoughts. I go back to the longer strides. Right. In the heat of the battle, it's hard to keep track of that. So that's what keeps happening to me. Is that I still lack that self-control of not going too far on the control stick, because I want to move in the quicker paths, the quicker forms of the movement, and then make my attacks this way. If I am able to remember that, then I can, hit the enemy and disarm that way. So, I guess that's it. I'm still learning that. I think I'm getting the hang of it. And the AI, of course, knows how to sword fight. Doesn't have to worry about control issues. So they are very good at not just hitting me, but also getting away. Makes the whole sword fighting thing challenging. It's definitely not a downside that the control is everything in the sword fight, because that just adds to the challenge. It actually makes it feel very nuanced, and I quite like the sword fighting, even if it's you have to keep your wits about you, and you have to make sure you can keep controlling it well. It might be a little too difficult at first, but I think once you master it, it makes a whole lot more sense. Okay, so keep on going with this. This looks like an area that might benefit by having the stone jump ability. I think, at least down here, for example, I could here I could probably use a stone jump right here on the ground. I don't know. Maybe I'll play through the game again sometime and see how the whole thing works in a different order. That's part of the fun playing this game. So I don't have to battle those guys if I don't want to, I guess. I'm going to try and not battle them. There we go. Yeah, I can just skip over. Okay, maybe I guess I can't skip over? Or there might be a possible way where I can skip over the battles if I don't want to battle them. Oh boy. There we go. Let's grab one of these swords. I think I lost sword. I wonder if it's possible to not do the battle, just get around these guys, like stealth around them. I'm not sure. Looks like I probably can't. Yeah, because the only way out of there is to move the box. And by the time I move the box, they will have surely hit me. Yeah, so looks like the only way through is to do battle the hard way. Or at least practically speaking. Maybe if I get more advanced enough, I'll learn a way to do it without battling. Right now... Oh... That is way too many guys. I guess I have to... The only way I have to use my powers. Alright. No more Mr. Nice Imogen. Let's get one of these guys with power. Aw, man. And I have no sword now. Can't jump. Oh no, I can't get these swords. I did, however... Yeah, I can't get those swords. I did, however, put them in a position where they can't follow me. Okay, I whittled my way through. Whittle my way through them. I'm not sure if... Yeah, I guess I lost my gun. What I should have done was use my gun while I had it. I don't see a way I can... I have the meter, but I don't have the gun itself. I don't think I can pick up his gun. I think I might have broken it or something like that. Anyway, yeah, I'm still learning my way through the game. Did use the gun just a tad, but probably I squandered it. All right, so. Oh, here we go. You have forced me to reevaluate my tactics. I once thought you might come quietly. Now I'll take you in piece by piece. Okay, I want to get behind this guy. And it's a little bit trickier to do. Without the stone jump. The stone jump allows you to get by him a lot easier. Oh boy. There we go. I guess there's a way around it too. I can do this. Oh, the level gives you a little loophole. Gives you an easy way to kind of get around in this way. Oh, but okay, you're not safe. It is also possible to take him out. Alright, I'm figuring this out. The stone jump was definitely a good way to fight this guy. Without it, it's a little bit more difficult. Yeah, it's harder to do. Ah, didn't quite make it. No! There we go. Yeah, it's definitely harder. I don't understand. Yeah, I like you can see the idea behind that boss fight is that as you lose your powers, that same battle is ever so slightly changing, and your approach to it also changes. It's deliberately giving you a familiar battle, that sort of tug of war battle. We haven't seen that sort of tug of war style of battle in any other instance besides that. That's the only one. So it's giving you something familiar, and you're seeing how that familiar battle is changing over the course of the game as you lose your powers. You have to change up your tactics. You can no longer rely on your old faithful strategy. It's just going to get more and more difficult, and I guess I'm going to have to be more and more creative in order to get past him. Alright, good morning, Imogen. It's midnight, Sage. Strange to find you in the deep woods. Though surely inevitable, the remains of Typhon's former life lie before you. Once a palace, now a ruin. Do not blame Typhon. Do not blame the palace. Reflect instead on what change has brought. The stones do not care. The trees grow rampant. Though the gods are gone, their children remain. Seek us out when you require rest. Okay. The same message that the dude in our building says. Save point. Okay. Okay. Now it's changing up a little bit. The whole mirror thing, I guess. Huh. It's kind of neat. A new puzzle. Aha! Angle it down a little bit so that the angle... If you angle it down, then it's able to ricochet off of the mirror at a downward angle. Nice how this whole thing is changing up ever so slightly. Oh, I think this is an example of a place where if I had my stone jump, I'd probably be able to see something or get to that thing up there. This is one example of which I can't get up there anymore. Interesting. Yeah, this makes me curious about what that is and whether I'll be able to... I'll probably play through the game again in a different order so I can try and see what that is. Yeah, it definitely piques my curiosity. And now I'm beginning to understand a little bit more about how the order of the levels impacts the playthrough and what that means. Okay. Another puzzle I have to go through. Or figure out. There we go. Angled it down a little bit. Yeah, you can control the path of it. You have to angle it down. It's all about the timing. Yeah, I'm glad that to see that there's more to this fireball thing than I originally thought. Never would have guessed this whole mirror thing. Aw, man. That's not fair. Stay and hear my words for a moment. Gods were not perfect, as proven by our absence. The only thing that united us was profound loneliness. But in our loneliness, we returned to creation. We shaped animals and plants. We carved mountains and filled seas. We sculpted humans and jinn. But regrettably, out of pain or confusion or hate, we made demons. They were our first and most profound mistake. Our treatment of them was our second. Many were killed or banished beneath the sea. Some grew old and learned powerful secrets. One of the oldest now stalks you from the shadows. She is Echidna, matron of the first children. You are a reminder of everything she hates and fears. Though you have my and Typhon's protection, heed my words. Go with caution. Yeah, neat stuff. Also, another little story moment, a little backstory that you only see if you end up dying during the course of the thing. So it's like you feel a little less bad about dying because you actually see something out of it. See something a little extra. Maybe that'll actually incentivize me to die on purpose because I want to see some story that I might not have seen otherwise. No, I want to climb down the ladder. There we go. There we go. Okay. Getting the hang of this sword thing. Sword business. Again, it's like whenever I get a little too quick with it, I end up panicking, and that's when I usually falter. That's when I usually fall prey to quick death. But, as I said, I actually might want to die on purpose at least once on each of the levels, so I get that little extra story bit between coming back. Alright. So I like that there is a little bit of extra way to interact with this fireball power, like the mirrors. Now it seems a little bit more obvious. Mirrors give you a little bit more complication in how you can interact with the world. Okay, keep on going. More mirror stuff. There we go. Getting the hang of this too. Okay, so well, that's one way to do it. I don't have to. If I can trap him down there, he can't climb. He can't climb back up to fight me, and then I can peaceably pass by this area. I guess I wonder if there are if there's a way to play the entire game without killing anybody. Maybe. I mean, it seems like there are definitely in some instances, some areas, there are solutions to getting guys to or getting past those enemies without having to fight them. That's usually for me it happens by accident, but I guess forces you to be creative, and when you do make that happen or figure it out, feel pretty good about it. Like, oh, I can get past them without killing them. It's like an extra little bit of challenge. Snooping around seems a little bit beneath your talents. Dearie? Oh, it's the lady again. But don't worry, I just clean up around here. This place isn't mine anymore. So why don't you just make yourself at home? Hoo hoo hoo. Okay. Yeah, so she's sticking with us, following us around. Not sure what that's gonna mean. Alright. Not sure. Gruesome Steen. I guess this might be a way in which, in case I don't have a sword, I have a free sword right here before I move on, so I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a battle coming up. It's sort of a battle. Oh boy. Two of them I think is a little bit too difficult. Even when you know how to play, it's still way too difficult to take on two guys at one time. So I guess having this power is very useful because you can. And of course there are three of them too, so. Complicates things even further. No more sword. Hey, if there are three guys, and I'm going to use every trick in the book that I can to allow me to do this. So I'm going to go back and reset the world. I don't know. Multiple guys, I think, makes it. I haven't figured out a way to deal with this very well with multiple guys. Grab a sword. There we go. Now I feel a little bit better off. No. Ah, boy. Things look a little too hairy. I'll reset. Alright. I think that's the proper way to handle it. Maybe I need to get through the first guy really quickly, put one guy to stone, and then I can isolate one guy, and a fair fight is a little bit better to deal with. Quite prefer the fair fight. Alright. So, oh, I see. Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Never been in a god's bedroom before. The gods sleep? Type in, you dog. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But yes, let's move on. Again, gotta stress that I always like being able to move on while dialogue is happening. It doesn't force you into any particular story moment. I can sit, I can stand and listen to the dialogue and let it go by and read it, or I can just head right towards the next level, next room, and continue from there. Wait, you found it. Good. You found the locket. Don't touch it yet. I have an idea. This way. Okay. Okay, so every time you lose a power, the energy of that power seems to explode out from you. In the case of transmutation, it's gonna mess some stuff up. We just need to get you far away enough for, so that you don't turn me irrevocably without you ever touching the relic. Sorry, I'm just thinking about something else. I also don't know how big the explosion will be. Maybe you give me a head start back into town? Or wait, are we far enough from the castle? because that thing's gonna turn into a pile of meat. And wait, will you turn yourself to stone? What to do? What to do? Again, I can always. I still have power. Still have control, and I appreciate that from any game that lets me control my character. I can totally skip all this dialogue and say, "Yep, whatever. I'm just gonna keep on going." Just gonna keep on going. I guess that was not the way to do it, though. Am I missing something? Oh, am I supposed to... What am I supposed to do? What to do exactly? Oh, is that... Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah, clever. Confused a little bit at first, but... Again, sometimes it's the game's downfall, but for the most part, I can respect the game that lets me figure it out on my own, and then like, oh, should I do this thing? Then you end up right. You end up being correct. Like, oh, I turn him. I use the fireball thing on him, and then I can grab that thing. That's how to do it, and I was right. So definitely appreciate that. Now there are pitfalls to this. Like, there were moments earlier on where I got hopelessly stuck. Well, not hopelessly stuck, but stuck for quite a long time, and that's because the game was adamant on letting me figure things out on my own. But I have more respect, or a little bit more understanding, I guess, of when video games just tell you outright what to do, because they run into the same problem. Not this problem, but this is a tiny example of what happens when you try to let the player figure it out on their own. Is that it causes a little bit of minor confusion, and then, I mean, go back to part 1, and the first few minutes of the game, I got really stuck. And I eventually did figure it out, but I can understand why a game might, in that instance, just tell you exactly what you need to do. Because I think not being stuck is better than... Or that game might pose that not being stuck is better than the satisfaction of figuring out on your own. Okay, well, I'm glad that he's not permanently in stone. I was a little worried there that the game might make that that sacrifice. That, okay, in order to progress, you have to turn your friend character in one of the second biggest character in the game permanently to stone. That would be like a huge deal and a huge consequence to the whole journey of losing her powers. That'd be interesting. But I'm a little glad that we don't have to face that quite yet. Alright, so now, yep, don't have it anymore, it's gone. So I just have the stone skin. Now do I go? Or is that... I guess not. Not quite yet. Okay, so we're going back then. Yes, okay, we are. Oh, right, then there's going to be... The last part of the level is always that test of, well, you don't have your power anymore, now you need to learn how to deal without it. Oh, okay. No. Still have this one. Oh, I can't move. I wish, there's one thing I'd prefer about this game is that I kind of wish that I'd still be able to jump. Just as a means of not dying right away. not dying simply because I can't move around. Or because when you lose your sword and you can't jump to it, things are kind of hopeless for you. Yeah, just like in this situation. Things basically screwed if you lose your sword. Ah. Again, it is a one-on-one battle, but the trick about it is, hey, if you lose your sword, it's kind of... Oh boy. Yeah, just like in that situation. I need to get back to my sword, and the only way to get back to the sword is to jump and get the sword that way. But if I can't jump, then I'm screwed. Oh, one of my goals was to elbow drop a guy, and I guess I finally managed to do that. Glad I was able to get that across at least once while finishing the game. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the only way through this is to jump on this correctly, or... Oh, I see, that's the trick. Gotta move this over, and then there you go. Yep, don't have access to this power anymore. That's a big tease. Oh boy. At least there are tons of swords. Oh no. Now what if I just get the heck out of here? Guess that is always an option. Ah, the side routes. If I didn't have access to that power, then I would have to fight these guys. I see. Now I don't have to. Interesting. Oh, I guess now I have to, but that's my fault. I can... Yeah, that's the end of the way, okay. Getting confused. I thought there might have been something up there. But, okay. Yeah, I'm liking a lot of the way this works. A lot of the way that the alternate paths work, and how, you know, having access to one power over another lets you... might give you an advantage in one room, but in a different room you have to deal with things a different way. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to like about the approach to these levels, and of course you can always figure out how to approach them straight up. You know, battling the guys, but of course the cleverer way, remembering that you have those powers and routes around. Yeah, I'm liking that stuff. I like the alternate paths through, and then the fact that, hey, maybe you can't take that alternate path if you really are a lot like him, dearie. Well, a little less now. You know, you'll only ever lose that power when you're face to face with Typhon himself. Maybe you'll get there. Certainly got a diverse support group. But trust me, as a girl who's met her share of gods, how immortal could you possibly be? Oh boy. Oh no, okay. This is a thing. Okay. How do I even damage this thing? Can't damage the hands, seems. Am I actually trying to just damage the... like that old woman there. Hmm. Well, this is a curious puzzle. Also interesting to note how this is an example of another example of one of those tug-of-war battles, but I guess the trick is to figure out how I can even damage this dude. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. Nope. It's not attacking the hands. Yep, definitely don't know how to how to damage this boss. I mean, it looks like up there I have to damage the old lady, but how do I even get up there? That's the trick. And I can't jump on anything else besides these, so I'm definitely not figuring anything out here. Or, not yet, at least, but I have no idea. Must be some trick to it. Nope, can't damage him with the sword. Very curious. How do I even do anything? Well, gotta credit the game for one thing. It is quite adamant about letting you figure things out. On your own. But again, that leads to situations like this where I'm not entirely... I'm not getting anywhere. And maybe a little hint would be appreciated. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, nothing I can do seems to lead me anywhere. There has to be some sort of... Yep, some sort of trick, but I'm not getting it. Not getting it. Can't hurt him. I can't hurt the monster. I can't make the monster hurt itself. and there's seemingly no way to make it so that I can hurt it. Yep. Not really getting it. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can... That definitely didn't work. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have to... Right now I have absolutely no ideas how to take this thing down. Thankfully I'm not just dying over and over again. I'm free to, you know, figure it out, but... When you're sitting here making like no progress and kind of bashing your head against the wall again, it's not really reassuring. Like you don't feel too good about yourself. I mean, I'm sure once I figure it out, it'll be super satisfying. But it's like getting nowhere. And all I have are the sword. All I have are my one power left. Can't hurt him this way. Can't hurt the monster this way. And I have no discernible means of reaching the old lady. He was just way high up there. I'm like, maybe if I had access to the... I do have the gun. That's one thing I have. Maybe the gun does something? I'm not sure. Let's see. Wait, do I have the gun? Where did the gun go? Oh, I guess the gun broke? I think that down there was the gun. Well, maybe that was the only way... I mean, I do recall that I can shoot up, right? Maybe that was the only way to beat this thing, but what happens if the gun breaks? Oh, that was the only thing... Yes, the gun is gone. Do I have to restart then if I'm thinking that maybe the gun is the only way. The only way through. Because if I recall correctly, I can shoot up, and maybe I can actually shoot at the old lady by shooting up that way. But if I don't have a gun, then kinda defeats the I lose the only solution that I know. The gun. Okay. There seems to be one interaction that I'm noticing here is that there's like a reaction when I hit the other arm. Maybe I need to hit that arm? Let's see. Okay, now I'm getting it. Huh, okay. See, now it all seems like super simple. It feels like this was totally obvious, but I just don't know why I couldn't do anything before. It seems kind of weird that I was not able to do anything. Ah, second form boss battle. Yeah, this all seems like super obvious now that oh boy. Now that I made it through, but I feel like I tried this thing and it just didn't work. Tried this one solution, one tactic, and it didn't work. Like super specific about how to go about it. Oh, I thought I got it, but no. Okay, get back up. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now I have, I know what to do. I have the strategy. Don't get hit. And don't hit that. Sure. Ah. It's really difficult later on. In the later stages of the battle, it's getting very difficult, but slowly but surely, I think I can get through this. Ah, man. So close. Ah. Thought I'd be able to jump out of that. Timing's just off. Okay. Aw, man. Well, at least I know what I'm doing now. That's the best thing. Okay. Whew. Getting a little nervous there when I just couldn't figure it out, but I guess it's very specific and finicky in how you have to deal with it. It's a hell of a hangover once you're through with it. Okay. Till next time, dearie. So with that, I think be winding down the stream, but you can see, you know, there's a thing with this game that it's really adamant about, you know, not telling you outright what to do, let you figure it out on your own. And well, there's two sides to that coin. On the one hand, you feel that great satisfaction of figuring it out on your own whenever you do figure it out. Whenever you do figure out a particular problem or challenge or puzzle, It's great, but then it comes with that downside of when you don't figure it out right away, it can get a little frustrating, like bashing your head against the wall. But you just gotta, I guess, gotta persevere. At least that this game makes you persevere. Eventually, you should figure it out. At least I am able to. In the case of that specific boss battle, it just feels a little overly specific in what you have to do. You have to wait till that the monster is winding up with his one arm and then hit the other arm. But attacking the monster's arm or fist, I guess fist is more accurate. Attacking the fist when he's not doing that does nothing. So it's like, I guess that's what made me think that I had no way to interact with the monster. But it was more of a timing thing. Like I had to interact him in a specific place, or during a specific time. And I think that's what confused me essentially, was that I tried hitting him at one point, or when his fists were both down, right? And apparently you can't damage him that time. You can only damage him when he's winding up one of his fists. You can damage the other fist. At least that's what it seems like to me. That just seemed a little confusing off the bat, so I ended up not doing much for a whole lot of time there. So it's not good when you're bashing your head against a problem and you're not figuring it out. And it's never good or during that time it never feels good. And those times are important because some players might not be as patient as I am. Especially, I mean, let's go back to that first puzzle in the game, that first stone jump, difficult jump I came across. That took me 12 minutes to try and get through. If anyone else was playing the game, I honestly don't think that that they would have been as patient as I am. They probably would have just given up on the game right then and there. I mean, that's the problem of having something like that happen so early on, like a difficult jump or a difficult puzzle that you can't figure out. Especially if it's early on, people might just write the game off and like, okay, I have better things to do, better games to play, and not keep going. And then they miss out on a potentially great experience just because of that one problem right there that caused them to give up. So yes, on the one hand, I realize like patience is a virtue, and there's great satisfaction in figuring out on your own. But of course, there's that other side. That other side, it just doesn't feel good to be stuck for a while. And maybe a little bit of hint is worth losing a little bit of satisfaction. That's just putting it out there. And I've also been thinking that maybe I can understand why some games resort to overt explanations or overt hints on what to do, just because they don't want you to be stuck. It's just easier to tell you outright what to do rather than facing players that would just give up on the game, move on, and not play anymore. That's the real possibility that the developers and games want to avoid, right? People just giving up on the game. So I guess the ultimate solution to this is to find a way to not overtly tell the player what to do, while also giving them the satisfaction of figuring out the puzzle themselves. So you have to be a real master at communication through the environment and through game mechanics, through the way the levels design, the way the game has been teaching you how to use a specific power over the course of the game, and gradually building you up to that point. Like all that stuff comes into account when a game presents a specific new problem that it wants you to figure out. It needs to make that problem so that you're able to use your foreknowledge and the knowledge that the game has built up so far, to the point where the player feels confident that they have the tools necessary to deal with that problem, and figure it out on their own. I mean, I guess that would be the perfect way, but designing that specific, situation is the real trick, and it takes a masterful design to do that. So I guess that's just my final comment on this. I mean, it's a problem I've been running into not often in this game, but in proportion to how long I think the game is, which is not very long. I'm probably going to end up finishing the game real soon with this last level, and then possibly the level after that. I'm not sure. My guess. Those problems, those points in the game where you get stuck will stand out, and of course they'll stand out. Similar problems in a different game that's a lot longer, those moments stand out a lot less. But in a short game, these problems end up standing out a little bit, But of course, really easy to focus on problems like that. But I don't want to focus too much on it. Like I think I made clear, when I see that, my thoughts on it and what happens. If it happens again, then I'll bring it up again. But just want to keep focusing on things as they go. And I said I was winding down the stream, so I think with that we can end it right here with finishing that level, and look forward to the final of the 3 levels where I only have 1 power left, and keep talking about all the merits of the game and all aspects of it. I just want to make sure I point out that I'm not totally focusing on these problems, like that one problem where I was like getting stuck in that boss battle. I'm pretty sure many times throughout this playthrough, even this part of my playthrough here, that I pointed out a lot of the positives whenever I saw great stuff being done in the level. So I think I'm achieving a balance and talking about things as they come, and deciding or thinking about how they're good or how they're not so good, so on and so forth. Analyzing as honestly and as far as a live reaction can take me, as far as a live playthrough with raw reactions will take me. Further analysis might reveal something different, but as far as raw reactions playing live, this is where I'm ending up. So, yep, as I said, next stream, play this final level with just the last power. I look forward to playing that, and so for now, and I'm signing off. You can catch up on all of the archives of my playthrough so far over on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/YamsterSam. You can also follow me on Twitter @YamsterSam, and you can watch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/YamsterSam. So, until the next stream, I will see you later.